guys, it's Narissa. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another Instant Pot recipe. So if you follow my channel, you know that I love my Instant Pot, and I think it's the best invention ever. And I probably use it once or twice a week, at least once a week. And so today I am going to show you a whole chicken Instant Pot recipe and how easy and quick and amazing it is. And then I'm making green bean casserole to go with it as well. So if you're new to my channel, I post a lot of recipe videos, haul videos, fun, just random daily life videos, gardening, things like that. A whole chicken, actually this one's half frozen. I thawed it out for a while, but it's still basically frozen. So the difference between cooking frozen chicken and thawed chicken in your Instant Pot does vary. Some say that it doesn't, you still cook it for the same amount of time, but I have found that frozen does take a little bit longer. So for whole chickens, you want to cook your chicken on high pressure for 10 to 13 minutes per pound. For thawed chicken, it's less, it's 6 to 8 minutes. And I always like to err on the side of caution because I don't like undercooked meat, really any meat. So I always cook it for the longest amount of the suggested time. So I've done some research. I'm gonna cook mine at 13 minutes a pound, and my chicken is about 5 pounds. So I'm gonna cook it for an hour. I have a 6-quart Instant Pot. I'm assuming my chicken's gonna fit in here. This is a pretty big chicken. I didn't realize that it was that big. Let me grab it. It's a big bird. This is a homegrown bird by my in-laws. They raise birds every year. So that's awesome. And then I'm also going to use this beer can chicken contraption that I will link below, that I got on Amazon, or actually I got it as a gift, as a Christmas gift. So I'll link that down below in case you're interested. I'm not going to use any beer because I'm going to use the leftover chicken for a different recipe. I don't want to, make it too flavorful one way or the other. So, all right, so I have my chicken here and I have my beer can chicken contraption. And like I said, I don't want to season it up too much one way or the other because I'm going to use the chicken for another recipe, the leftover chicken. So I'm just going to add some garlic salt and some pepper. I've rinsed the chicken off so the seasonings should stick even though it's semi-frozen. Let me grab the tongs. Now because it's not completely frozen, I could probably go less than 60 minutes, but like I said, I like to err on the side of caution. Alright, now that I have all sides of the chicken seasoned up, I'm going to have to use my hands. I hate touching chicken, but and get my chicken on the beer can. All right, it's too frozen to use the beer can chicken contraption. The inside's too frozen and it won't give any to use the beer can chicken contraption. So I'm going to get a trivet and try that. Alright, so I found the trivet that came with the Instant Pot. Go ahead and put that in the pot and add your 1 cup of water. Then I'm going to get the bird situated so that it fits in, get my lid on, and flip the lever to sealing.
and arrow up to 1 hour. Press pressure cook and then increase your time to 60 minutes. And get my workspace cleaned up using this method cleaner. It is from Grove Collaborative. I love this scent. It's the lime and sea salt scent. It is great, and I will link that below. So now I'm going to get started on my green bean casserole. Alright, so you saw that I added 1 can of cream of mushroom and 1 can of cream of chicken into a 9 by 13 casserole dish. I'm also preheating my oven to 350 degrees. So to that, I'm also adding 4 cans of green beans and then about half of my can of French fried green onions, as well as a cup of milk. And I actually added less than that. I thought a cup was a little bit too much, so I only added about 3/4 of a cup of milk.
Alright, so I got the green bean casserole done, and my Instant Pot is not up to pressure yet. It has been 12 minutes. I can hear it spitting and sputtering, so it shouldn't be too much longer. I'm expecting it to be about 20 minutes since the chicken is frozen. But I'm going to put my green bean casserole in the oven as soon as it is preheated. This basically just needs to be warmed through, so put it in there probably 20-30 minutes at 350 until it gets bubbly, and then we're going to add the rest of our French fried onions to the top and put it back in the oven for maybe 5 minutes for those to crisp up. I am going to wait a little bit before I put this in. I just started to preheat my oven, so it'll take just a little bit, but this is gonna be good. It's done. Now, pressure releasing. You want to let your meat naturally release its pressure for at least 10 minutes. That's what I have found. I let this naturally release its pressure for 16 minutes. That means basically when your time counts down, you leave it alone, don't touch anything, and let the timer count back up. 10 minutes I usually do for other types of meat, but I definitely did 15 minutes for this because I don't want it to dry out. When you quick release meat, that's when you get a dry texture to your meat, so you don't want to do that. But I've let it go for 15 minutes, so I'm going to now turn the knob here to venting and let it release its pressure. My green bean casserole is just about done. So this knob in the back, this is the pressure gauge, it's still up fully. So this might take a few minutes to come down off of pressure, which would allow me to take off the lid. The green bean casserole is done though. There, and I think the pressure gauge just released. So you can see it's nice and bubbly, and the French fried onions are golden brown. So set that aside. It needs to cool off and set. And now that the pressure gauge is fully depressed, I can open the lid, and it looks so good. So this is like the perfect baked chicken that would normally take over, for this size chicken, over 2 hours, but it took an hour and a half from start to finish, including the time it took to come up to pressure and the 15 minutes that I allowed it to naturally release its pressure. So you can see how good it looks. It's definitely going to fall off the bone.
You can see here my homemade hooks that I made to get the trivet out of the Instant Pot. I'm very resourceful.
Now at this point you can rub some butter on it and put it in the oven under the broiler and crisp up the skin, because you're not going to get crisp skin in the Instant Pot. So we don't eat the skin, so we don't worry about it. We're just going to take it off. But if you prefer that crispy skin, go ahead and just throw it under the broiler for 5 minutes or so, but keep an eye on it, and it will be the perfect rotisserie chicken. All right, so now we are ready to eat. Don't get rid of this broth in here. That is the juices from the chicken, and then that 1 cup of water that we added, and this is excellent chicken broth. Once you finish getting all the meat off the carcass, you can throw the bones back in here, along with some carrots, some onions, some bay leaves, any vegetable scraps that you have. Cook it on high pressure for an hour, and you'll have the best chicken stock that you can use for, well, anything you want. Or you can go ahead and just use this base for a soup, because there's a lot of flavor in there. So don't dump that out. Or you could make gravy. Cat's hungry. Or you can make chicken gravy with this liquid, and you can make it in the Instant Pot as well. Let me know if you want to see any of those videos, any of those recipes as a video. I surely would be glad to film them.
So I enlisted my husband to carve the chicken here for me. So I always eat a leg and a thigh, and he always eats a breast. So this is a great dinner, and I love cooking whole chickens because you can use the meat in so many different ways. It's really versatile. So we're going to cut all the chicken here off of the bone, and we are going to have supper with the green bean casserole, and then we can either have leftovers the same meal tomorrow or for lunches, or we can utilize this chicken in a different way in a whole new recipe. And that's why I wanted to keep the seasonings minimal, because I was planning on using the leftover chicken in a different recipe. But I'm really excited. This was a great dinner.
All right, so dinner is served now. So thank you for sticking around and watching this video. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you found this video helpful or if you liked it, and definitely hit the subscribe button to see more of my videos in the future. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye.